we'll have this discussion.
Discussion? What discussion?
This is a discussion.
Combustion.
Coming to you from Denver, Colorado, this is Discussion Combustion Podcast with your hosts, Kevin Batstone and Arthur Raw.
Oh my goodness, here we go again. Discussion Combustion. This is episode 68. Kevin, Mike Cole back in the building. Mike Cole is in the building. And another repeat guest. You go back, listen to that one, audio only. We are excited to be here yet again. It's a beautiful Wednesday. I've been enjoying the weather, loving the seasons change. And, you know, that's what I'm saying is if you want to make changes, you want to do something different, you know, you gotta work towards that. And it takes time and effort. And one company that's put a lot of time and effort into their product, that's Mountain Made CBD.
That's mountainmade.life, guys. That's where you're going to stock up on all of your crystal clear CBD products. You've heard us talk about them weekly. It truly is the clearest, the purest, the most affordable CBD on the market. And now with that auto pay, auto ship feature, real simple. Go in there and set it up, get what you need, comes to your door, put in your information, you don't have to worry about it. It's out of sight, out of mind. That build, boost, recover, and puff coming at you with some tremendous CBD quality products.
And also you're going to get discounts if you do that auto ship, auto pay. So keep that in mind as well. You know, save a little jingle. And if you're an athlete out there, you like CBD products, you could become a brand ambassador. They have the Mountain Made Mob. These guys are doing serious work. If you go to mountainmade.life/workouts, they have all these different workouts on there as well. We're going to have a challenge coming up here in October, maybe a fall into fitness challenge. And we're going to be using some of that stuff as well. It's a great resource.
Yep, still working out the details on how we're going to do that challenge, but the fact remains, it really is CBD for an activated lifestyle or a regular lifestyle like mine. Your CBD needs are met with Mountain Made. They have it covered. They have your interests in mind. They've developed a product. They've innovated on it. They've taken good feedback, bad feedback. They want it all, and that's why we love working with them. And that's that hashtag go like hell mentality. And Discussion Combustion is also brought to you by Wild Outdoor Adventures, and that's WOAMEET.com.
Now get on out there. Like I was just saying, the seasons are changing. The leaf peeping is happening. And this is the perfect time to go out there with people who know the right trails, know where all the beautiful aspens are changing, you know. So go on. That's WOAMEET.com. You could sign up at no charge, and a lot of their activities are also no charge as well, unless if there's equipment rentals or overnight fees. They have blogs on their website as well that you can, you know, talk to and participate with people. Hope for teens, hope for veterans, entrepreneurials. All that sort of stuff is covered. Easy to use website.
It really is, man. And again, it's one of those companies that's always innovating on everything that they do. They love the feedback. They love putting forward new ideas. 2021, they're bringing in some business promotion.
And they got the merch. Is this out?
The merch is out, guys.
It is?
WOA hats.
Yeah.
Kevin's doing a good job of promoting those. Just always, working with the people, man. That's what WA is all about, is connecting people. Mm-hmm. It's getting outdoors. It's an online outdoor activity community, but you can also blog with others, meet people, exchange ideas, talk about some gear, some things you're excited about. We're heading into, the winter season, maybe some snowshoeing. Yeah. Whatever you guys are into, this is a great company. It doesn't cost you anything but your time. So head on over to WOAMEET.com, sign up for free, and that's less streaming and more exploring.
Let's jump into the episode. We got Mike Cole back in the building. Guitarist with Sideffect, truly ripping the guitars. I was watching some of your videos, man. You're good.
I'm all right.
Well, see, and that's how you know he's good. It's because he's like, okay.
Mike, he's a badass, man. I've been knowing you for 10 years now.
Yeah, it's been that long.
It's been that long, man. Yeah, and I've had just being in the Denver music scene. I've always looked up to you and what you've done. Tremendous guitar player. Kind of a disciple with Jamie. Our listeners know, how the guitar chains worked. And I've had the privilege to play with you on a side project. And, man.
Yeah, Kevin said he learned a lot playing with you.
I did. I did. Mm. Just the experience and keeping composure. You're one of the most laid-back guitar players I've ever worked with.
Well, that's cool.
I was hoping you were going to wear your fishnet tonight.
We were hoping to see some fishnet dreams, bro.
I can't find that shirt. I've been looking.
What the hell did you do with it? You wore it at the Copper Rail show.
He had a wild night and ended up coming off halfway through the night and never found it again.
Flung it out to the crowd.
I don't know what happened to that shirt. I was like, yeah. Well, let's see. What the hell happened to that shirt? Do not know.
He doesn't know. So what kind of pre-ritual goes into when you know a show's coming up and you're getting dialed in? Granted, you've been off alcohol a little bit now, so I'm sure that's probably changed your approach to show night. What's the mentality like as far as wardrobe goes, mentality? What do you eat? How do you prepare for show night?
How do I prepare for show night? Well, since this COVID, I haven't played a show in a while.
Yep.
So
How's that
I
treating you?
haven't been-
Are you like itching for the stage or?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm definitely itching for the stage. But I don't think I played a show sober yet.
Oh, this
So I'm
goes to
waiting
be a
for it.
first-time sober
Yeah,
show.
it's going to be.
I mean, you've played sober, just not in front of people, right? I mean, you've practiced. You've been in that jam kind of practice mode.
Every time I was at practice, I had to have a 6-pack of beer before I even touched my guitar.
Damn.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah. So, getting sober, how has that been as far as the mentality, picking up the guitar, doing the practice routine,
Oh, it's
that's
great.
something that you've been used to for so long is having beers when you jam.
After the shakes were gone, because that's why I always kept drinking, because I always have the shakes and
Tried to settle it down.
yeah, and then so after a while it now I'm cool.
Yeah.
And what was your motivation behind putting the bottle down or putting the beer down or whatever?
The bottle and the beer.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. I was at 3 cases and 2 bottles of Crown a week.
Damn.
The big bottle or?
Well, not just the regular.
Like the
Okay.
mid-size?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember doing some whiskey shots every time we would get ready to play.
Oh, jeez.
It's too much, man. It's too much.
Yeah, and then I just noticed my gut going, oh, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going out
When
like
you
that.
look down and you can't watch yourself pee as a male,
yeah.
that's not good. You got to keep it back.
Yeah.
You know,
Try
or
to
else
suck
you
your
got to
stomach
use the
in.
mirror to try to figure out what's happening.
Now, is that something you're speaking from a personal experience?
That's been one of my main motivating factors. I mean, you hit the nail on the head for me. Like, if I can't see it, then I can't believe it.
I mean, I haven't dealt with that yet, but we do have Sober October coming, so no booze.
I had a horrible ankle injury earlier this summer, and I put on like 20 pounds, and I was drinking heavy, like in the house. Like I was drinking mad whiskey too, dude. I swear I put on like 20 or 30 pounds, and I'm trying to take it off right now slowly, but it's crazy. Like you just don't feel as good when you're, not at your best shape, obviously.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is the way I feel, and that's why I don't do whiskey anymore. I just can't. Every time I do it, I don't feel good. I think it's a good idea in the moment. I'm like, yeah, give me a whiskey shot, whatever. We're celebrating whatever it's going on, playing music, you're getting excited. You know how it goes.
Oh, yeah.
The booze is like, it just adds a thing. So 4 months you've been off the bottle and booze?
Yes.
That's terrific, man. Congratulations. That's
Yeah, it feels good. I don't think I'm
sleeping
probably-
good. You're probably sleeping real good.
not really. I still
Really?
wake up at like 4 a.m. for no reason, but I go right back to sleep, so it's all good.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing is the booze affects my sleep patterns. So the first week when I get off alcohol here in October is going to be a little tough, I think. And then it's usually for me, it's smooth sailing from there. Just that little bit of a lifestyle change.
Yeah, my first week, I was cool.
You felt
I was
pretty good?
Yeah, I was like, I'm not going to do this no more.
So are you thinking you're never going to touch booze again, or is it like
I can't say that.
a
I'm sure I'm
timeout?
going to have a beer.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do the whiskey. I'm going to have a beer every once in a while. Why not?
Now, are you guys doing band practice?
Oh yeah.
So you guys are still everyone's together, band's ready to rip, staying
Oh yeah.
staying
We're
sharp.
ready, we're ready to grow.
So how often do you guys practice? Is it once a week or?
Twice a week.
Okay. That's
And,
pretty consistent, I'd say. That it gives you enough time around people pretty frequent.
Keeps you in the
Oh, yeah.
routine.
Oh yeah.
You've always been. I mean, you're always working on something though, some riffs,
Oh, yeah.
shit. You were always real good at that, just constantly in your free time practicing. That's something I when practice would happen, I would show up and do practice, and then I wouldn't be good at practicing on my own time, and it showed.
Mm-hmm.
It absolutely shows.
Yep. What you put in is what you get out of it.
What you put in is what you get out.
Yeah, I pretty much practice every day, and I still have I got a home studio. I got that Presonus. It was nice, and
Presonus makes good equipment.
yeah, I'm getting good at it now.
It takes
me
time to there's reason why you pay like $150 an hour for like specific engineers to come in and do it. It takes a lot of work to you think, okay, all I have to do is just record it and then put it on a CD, no biggie. But there's all these little things that go into it.
Oh,
man.
it's a lot. There's a lot to do.
There's a lot to it, man. And I felt it was a little intimidating when I first got into it, especially with the Presonus software, because actually we started recording the podcast with it. Just using it as basic recording software, but with 8 channels and all the shit you can do and all the knobs, the effects, the after editing, all that kind of stuff, it gets a little bit almost like the stock market. It's a bunch of jargon and lingo,
But like anything else, if you practice on
Put
it,
the time in.
you'll start getting it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's anything. I mean, practice makes perfect. That's the old saying, right? Repetition is the mother of skill.
Yes.
I don't know how many more analogies we can come up for that.
I mean,
Yeah, I had one, but it was not quite PC.
oh, well,
You know, I was gonna let it ride, but
not appropriate, huh?
you know, a lot. I was like sitting there thinking to myself in the shower the other day, and I was like, sometimes I think things, and like, it's not suitable for anyone to hear. Like, not my best friends, not my girlfriend. Like,
So what would you rate that? Like,
sometimes I'm like thinking something, I'm just like, dude, I should never say that out loud.
it's that bad? I mean, we've pretty much, I think all of us in this room have probably heard everything.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but
Just
still,
about everything.
Oh yeah.
You know, you just don't want to, put yourself in that category.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it's fun. I mean, if you have a thought or a feeling. But apparently you don't want to go down that road. So.
I'm not covering it. I'm not going to cover it today, man.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's a crazy world, man. 2020 has been a hell of a year. How's work been? How have you been affected, like work-wise? Because you don't do the band full time; you do other things too. Or
Oh yeah.
okay,
In transportation company.
Okay.
So, and we've been steady. We have to take people to dialysis.
yeah,
And
wow.
They have to be there. So
So you have to follow all the mask protocols and
Oh,
all that
yeah,
shit
yeah.
while you're driving
Definitely.
around. Yeah. I mean, that's part of life now, is the masks, you know.
it definitely is.
Everywhere we go, it's just a part of it. You know, you just get used to it until you forget it, and then you're like, damn it. That's why I keep them everywhere now. One in my pocket, one in the car, you know, one at the door when I leave my apartment hanging off the key ring. They're everywhere. Otherwise, I'm going to forget it.
My mom gave me a pack of the Hanes ones, and they were straight. They're just white.
Like Hanes Whitey Tighties.
Yeah, but they're Hanes face masks.
Oh, that's nice.
And
I got a.
I feel like
I got
I'm
a
wearing.
cool mask that
You keep
Yeah,
the
you keep
mask
it
in your wallet.
this one's my. This one's like when I got to go to like to 7-Eleven.
Oh, that looks nice already.
Yeah,
I got a
look at
glimpse
this.
of it. It's got some freedom on it, Mike.
Yeah, that's some.
Throw it on. Let me get a good
Let's
look.
take a look
it.
at what you look like with that on.
Yeah,
Wait a minute, let me put it on right.
I got it upside down, I think.
Yeah.
that is a nice freedom one though.
Where'd you get it?
Christina got it for me.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that does look good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, look how mysterious
I like
you
that.
look.
It's kind of got that. It's got that old American gun-toting feel to it, which I
Oh,
dig.
yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Sweet.
You know, I feel like a lot of people, myself included, are not washing their masks as frequently as they need to be, or like reusing the disposable ones more than I should. You know,
I think that's probably true. I know for me, actually this morning, you know, because I have to wear a mask every day at work, every day.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, damn it, you know, I don't really have a clean one, so to speak. I recycle about 7 of them. I try to do like one per day, and then I wash them all at the end of the week. And I was a little bit behind on that. And I think there was still some, you know, a little bit of that boogers in that one that I put on today.
Ew.
And I didn't realize that until I was already out of the house, and I committed to that mask.
well, could
but-
you like scrape it out of there at least?
Oh, I tried, yeah. I did the
Yeah.
best thing I could, you know. I kind of scraped it out and took a little bit of the sanitizer and kind of rubbed it in there and got a little bit of that mung out. But it's just a part of life now, is these damn masks. The question is, when do they go away? Do they go away?
Yeah. How long do you think? Because I'm predicting like it's going to be like this for at least another year to year and a
I'm
half.
saying
Another
probably
year?
about a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By next summer?
Yeah.
mean,
Well,
it-
once they get the vaccine and everybody's
Hunky dory.
yeah.
Feels a
It'll
little more
be
comfortable.
fine.
It's still going to be around though.
It's something we're going to have to just deal with. It's going to be like the flu. It's going to be like anything else, pneumonias and things that we
Yeah,
have to
but-
adapt to. But the vaccine
Should be
will the
treated
big
just
thing.
like a regular flu,
Sure.
because I'm sure that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And they're saying April of next year, they think they'll have enough vaccines. I mean, I don't know if you can really predict this. Enough vaccinations for the general public of America. Now, that's also taken in the fact that 33% of Americans, so about 100 million, have said that they will not be getting the vaccine, and I'm one of them. I will not. I don't do vaccines. I don't really like putting things in my body unless I have to. You know, as I dump
Yeah, I
alcohol
don't
into
think
it.
I'll be doing it either.
I just, you know, I've never done a flu shot. I've had a steroid shot for an allergic reaction. You know, I've had like a tetanus, you know, those kind of things. But I don't do flu shots, and I don't, other than the measles, mumps, rubella shot that I had when I was a kid to do public schools.
Yep. That's
you know,
it.
That's pretty much it, man. I don't do the seasonal stuff.
Yeah, you know, I'm kind of on the fence about it because I do it occasionally. I'm not like a total, I never do it, but I think I do it like every other year, once every 3 years, and I don't know. I consistently feel like I get less sick if I don't do it.
But the years that you don't get the flu shot or whatever, what happens? Do you get the flu? Do you get the flu that year? Or?
No, I feel like I get less sick that year. Like I'm a huge like fan of affirmations and like seating my mind with visualizations and stuff like that. And I picture my white blood cells just holding down the fort like Fort Knox. Like this is the last stand, and nothing's gonna stop my white blood cells from protecting the raw. That's how I feel. Like, and so I know, like, your thought process and your perspective is only going to affect your reality so much, but it still plays a role, so I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about it. I'm kind of on the fence. Like, is it something you do or don't? And because there's one flu vaccine, it's like for one type of
one
flu.
Strain for the year.
Yeah,
whatever.
the strain. So it's not for every strain. I'm not educated enough, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think about seasonal illnesses, Mike?
What do I think about them?
Yeah, with flu shots and whatnot.
Yeah, I just know I won't get one. I
Yeah.
mean, either.
Have you before?
No, never.
Never known. Yeah. See, I haven't either. And generally speaking, I get sick once a year, and so is in January. And it's usually like a 3-day head cold, maybe a fever for a day.
Yeah, I've maybe like once every 2 years I'll get sick.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, that's pretty good then. For all the booze and fucking
Yeah,
abuse you've done to your body, all the rock and roll. You're still in pretty. Well, you keep yourself in pretty good shape, though.
Yeah, all the abuse. Yeah, that was abusing. Yeah.
Makes for good stories now, though.
Oh yeah, definitely some good stories.
Fun times then.
If you can
good
remember.
stories now.
If you can remember them. Some of them are not worth remembering.
It's true. I always remember, and I won't drop names. Have we said this story? You don't know what story I'm going to say. So
Don't know what story.
one of our buddies that's been on, he's a good friend of mine. We'll just say that. And he was in the military. He was like coming back from one of his deployments, like doing his little break.
I know where
And
this
we
is
got
going.
super wasted. And
Keep 'em anonymous.
yeah, and we ended up going to the strip joint.
To the adult lounge.
And to
the gentleman's club.
Yeah, that place. And
yeah.
I've been there with you, Mike. We had a wild night there one time. We'll get into that after this story.
well, when there was a lot of drinking before it happened, and all of us are piled in this taxi.
This was pre-Uber days.
Yeah, the yellow taxi. So he's all kind of, the driver's getting concerned. He's like, "Yo, is your friend okay? Is your friend okay?" Like, and he kind of was on the brink, and we can, like, with our voices convinced him to hold it down long enough, and then we stop outside the adult entertainment store, and like he hops out and like kind of just falls flat to the ground, like didn't even catch himself with his hands, just like falls flat like on
Like a
his
beach
belly,
whale.
and then on his belly he just starts throwing up, like
In the parking lot.
At least he was on his belly.
Yeah, on his belly, throwing up, hands to his side. Like, I've never seen that happen before.
That's forever embedded in my brain because I remember I was in the front of the taxi and I got out, and that was the first thing I saw when I looked back. Was this dude just yakking with his arms to his side?
God bless him.
Yeah, great friend and good story for sure. There was this one time, Mike. I don't know if you even remember this. When was this? Probably 2010 or 11. Back at the Ridge days, we were hanging out, and I think that's when you had a connection to another gentleman's club. Mm. And so you were going up there a lot, and you decided to drag me along at 2:30 in the morning when I was already wasted.
Oh, I was working there.
You were working there.
Yeah.
But I don't think you were working that night. It was just like,
No, I wasn't working.
We got hammered. Everyone else passed out. You're like, let's go up here. And as soon as we pulled in, I almost did the same thing. When we pulled in, I started yakking out of your old Chevy Blazer. And that's forever burned in my head. And you're like, you'll be fine, boy. Let's just get in there.
Yep. Let's get in there.
That's that rock and roll mentality. Push it down, get it done. And so I did.
What's the best food to eat in a adult entertainment store? Like, don't
They
they,
don't
serve
offer a lot of
food?
food.
Don't they?
Diamond
Maybe.
Cabaret does, I think.
Yeah, I think, yeah, but who wants to go and look at and eat food?
Get like, a ballpark dog and just sit there and.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. I would rather.
Yeah, I wouldn't, yeah.
It's been a while since I've done
recommend
adult
that.
clubs. It's been a little while. But I usually smoke a cigar that I don't enjoy, and I drink too much. I don't know why I smoke the cigar. I never enjoy them. I think I just do it because I think I look cool. But that's just me being honest, really. It just makes me cough and want to vomit.
I think that reminds me of like, your noir kind of feel, like the cigars with like a top hat. You know Dick Tracy,
Yep.
the dude in the yellow trench coat and stuff. That was one of the most badass like comics. Like growing up for me, I was like, oh my god, this guy in the yellow trench coat.
I don't know if I know who that is.
You've never seen Dick Tracy?
Probably have. I'm not good with names.
Yeah.
Unless I'm real familiar with their names. I mean, Andrew Dice Clay, he was always great. 80s. I think he was pretty big in the 80s, early 90s. He's actually doing a tour with Roseanne, I heard. The Dice Man is.
With Roseanne, huh?
Yeah, because Roseanne's trying to somehow
What
salvage.
is she touring? What does she do? Comedy?
Well, I mean, you got to remember, Roseanne started out as, she did, what was it, the Roseanne Show, but she was a comic.
Yeah.
She does comedy.
So she's still in okay enough shape to do that?
I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen her, but before all this shit happened, I heard she was going to do a tour with the Dice Man, Andrew Dice Clay.
That'd be trippy.
Yeah. I probably won't attend that, but I am excited to get back to attending some live shows. So what do you think with all that, Mike? I mean, you guys are eager to get back on stage. You're talking about your first sober show. What?
Oh, yeah, and it's going to be like, maybe 50 people there, and they got to wear masks, and how's that going to happen if they're going to want to drink? And
So, yeah, I mean, the way the live venues have been doing, I understand, is you can have to wear the mask if you're moving about, like if you have to go take a piss, if you get up to do whatever. But if you're at your table distanced, you can take your mask off and enjoy a drink, have a bite.
yeah, but when you're at a rock and roll show, everybody's standing up and moving around.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, how are you going to social distance at a rock and roll show? I didn't really think
Well,
about that.
it'll be interesting to see. But
Yeah. Just
But
eager.
at least I'll be out there playing live.
Hey, man, it's important to get back out there and do what
Yeah.
you love, and do some rock and rolling. So I'm going to ask you this. Would you rather play for a sold-out, packed show at a very intimate venue, real small, close quarters, or have the chance to do an opening with hardly anybody there at a huge venue like Red Rocks?
Oh, well, I've already done packed small
I know.
venues. So, yeah, I'll take the Red Rocks. We were that close to actually playing Red Rocks, and that's when the COVID, we were going to do a benefit, and then we were going to play at Red Rocks, and then
Corbett hit,
and then just,
fucked everything up.
oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think I would agree with that. I do like small, intimate venues for like with comedy and a couple of shows that I've seen. I feel like you get that intimate feel with the musicians. But man, if you could check Red Rocks off the list of places you played, even if there is only 3 people sitting up there,
That's the bucket list right there.
I would do it.
Yeah, I would hit the Red Rocks thing. But like you said, there's nothing as a performer, because I've been in like a packed bar that was like, before the pandemic and all that shit. So it was like fully packed, and that energy that you get like when you have that room, like that's fun, man. Like that's truly
Oh, there
fun
ain't
to see
nothing
people
like it.
flip out and shit.
You remember Castleman's, right? When it used to be open.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I saw you play there, but I remember you played a lot of shows there.
Oh, man. That place used to just pack. And yeah, that was just the coolest feeling being up there.
Yeah.
And you've done a lot of shows at Herman's, too, which is a pretty popular rock bar here in Denver.
Oh, yeah.
And you've opened up for a lot of bands there as well.
I think we have a show there, too. Nope, it's Buffalo Rose.
Buffalo Rose. We'll put your whatever shows you have. We'll put them in the show notes below. So if you guys are in Denver and you want to watch some good music, so Side Effect Denver, you guys are rocking and rolling. Still the same.
No, we're writing new material right
Okay.
now. We're actually getting ready to go in the studio again.
Excellent.
That's always exciting.
Getting ready to cut a new record.
Oh yeah,
You liking the feel of this new record?
oh yeah.
How many
Definitely.
songs you guys planning?
It's probably going to be 8.
Yeah.
And we're going to start out with 4. We're just going to do half and then the other half. But we're going to go in and record 4 and then probably release 1 as a single. And it's going to be fun.
Is it like do you feel like the vibe is growing? Like how like the type of sound that you guys are doing, or?
It's growing. I mean, we're growing as a band and we're really starting to mesh way better than before. Obviously, because we've been together. Oh, geez, what has it been?
You've been playing with Side Effect a minute.
Yeah, about 7 years.
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
Wow, man.
That's awesome.
I got to get out and see more shows once you guys start ripping again.
That's longer than some marriages I know.
That's
I
longer
think
than
it
most
was
marriages.
Man, time goes by flying when you're drinking. Oh my God.
Yeah, when you're drinking, the days just kind of blend together.
It's just like one big blur.
So you're enjoying the sobriety then.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Feel good. You're not.
Yeah, you feel.
Do you still get cravings for booze? Do you feel like?
No,
like us,
I mean,
like us drinking around you. Is that a problem?
No. For an instant, I'll look at it and say, and then I'll say, nah, it's all good.
Yeah,
I don't need it.
that's good, man.
So what have you been doing to like? 'Cause you got to have like more energy now. You know, are you what picked up your extra time? You know, what are you spending your extra time doing now that you're not drinking?
Probably working out and playing more guitar.
Yeah. So productive stuff, man.
Yeah, I mean that's and the money you're saving. I bet.
Yeah.
The money you save, you could probably put into new
yeah.
pickups, accessories, whatever. Maybe that nice new Gibson custom shirt. I like that. Are you playing a Gibson custom? Or are you still ripping that Paul Reed Smith?
Oh, I still got that. I still got my Paul Reed Smith.
That thing's
I always
badass.
oh God. Yeah, that's badass.
I almost had you bring it over so you could rip it for the Patreon pre-show. That would have been fun.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to have me in one again. Let me know.
Yeah,
we'll guitar.
We'll have you back for sure. Maybe we can get a couple of your bandmates in here. We can do like a wild podcast with all you guys.
That'll be great.
I'm sure they would like that.
I know we could do 4 mics, but we could have people rotating too.
That's true. We could have we could do something like that. Yeah, and it's fun to promote local stuff, and you guys are rocking and rolling. And I'd like to get back out there and check it out.
So we both know, all 3 of us know that you love the guitar, but if you had to choose, would you rather be a master flute player or a master violinist?
A master flute.
Yeah, like
you're the flute player? No.
Like you're the shit at it.
No skin flutes. No.
Skin flute.
The violin or a flute that's made out of metal or wood, but not.
Well, wood would be clarinet.
Is a wood a clarinet?
I mean, it's a different instrument, but like a wood flute is a clarinet, is it not?
If I had a choice between the violin or flute, I'll take the violin.
100%. I'm going string instrument all the way. Fiddles, violins, I love that instrument. I don't really understand it. I don't understand them, how they work, how to play them. But then again, I've never tried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played a recorder. You remember the recorder? It's like the beginner flute.
Yeah, in 6th grade, didn't they wasn't that forced?
I think it was
Didn't they
forced.
make everybody buy one of those?
They sounded like shit. I'd be practicing in the back room, and it was like, I'm sure mom and dad were like, "Can you close the door?" When you practice that, it sounds horrible.
I was trying to play the like songs off of Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time. Thank you.
One of the greatest games of all time.
Yeah, I would play the flute, man.
Would you take the flute?
Yeah, because I feel like I'm like one of those like mischievous. Like I picture like almost a Peter Pan-esque where he's like and like and like the shoes and everything.
I could see with those shorts
like,
on. I could see you playing a flute with those shorts on.
Hey, and these are nice. So these are the preppiest shorts I've ever bought.
I mean, they're nice.
And I bought them because they have pineapples on them, and pineapples have an association with my man Marley. And me and Marley, we go way back, like my girl on Mary Jane and I.
I don't even know what that means, but I'm going to say
It
this.
means that I'm smoking weed, Kevin.
I understand that, Arthur. I understand that, but I don't understand the correlation with the pineapples unless it's like a Pineapple Express.
Yeah, it's just people who blaze know pineapple.
Why is it a pineapple though?
I don't know. It's just that they met in the middle and had a connection, and people recognize that.
Did you know that, Mike?
No.
Okay, so all I'm going to say is this, Mike. I think that string instruments you and I are on the same page with. The flute's cool.
I think the flute's really cool.
Listen to some Jethro Tull. He's the baddest flute player
Really?
around, man.
When I was putting the Would You Rather together, I was going to say saxophone versus something, but I knew
Saxophone.
all of us would choose the fucking sax.
Well, yeah, saxophone's just cool.
Yeah.
It's
If
just
you
sexy.
could rip the
Sounds
sax, like, come on.
Who plays the saxophone on that track? Bob Seger. What's that? Turn the Page.
I don't know who plays it, but it's
The sax player on that track.
yeah, I don't know. Who,
Oh yeah, I don't know
who the
either.
musician
I
is.
just that when you said saxophone, that's what popped in my head because everyone knows that it's a little bit sexy. It's
With
a little bit rambunctious.
That?
Yeah.
No, that's
On a lonely, lonesome highway,
Yeah.
east of Omaha. You know that one.
yeah.
It's got that, but it's got that epic saxophone intro.
The sax is great. I think I know you haven't seen it all. I don't know if you watch, Parks and Recreation, but Duke Silver is who that reminds me of. Is like a
I don't know who that
character
is.
in that show. It's hilarious. He's like the serious dude. He's like your man's man, but then he's like a really badass saxophone player, and like all the cougars love him, and he tries to keep it secret, so nobody knows that he's like has this awesome alter ego of
What's
Duke
it called?
Silver. Parks and Recreation.
Oh, Parks and Rec.
Yeah,
I've heard
Ron
of that.
Swanson.
Yeah,
He's Duke Silver.
He is funny.
That is a good actor.
He plays a lot of good roles. You been watching anything good, Mike? What have you been watching?
YouTube.
What kind of things do you search?
Guitar stuff,
Yeah.
equipment,
Just
what's the latest, and some studio stuff, and some pedals and all that.
Yeah.
That's all I do, man.
just staying in your lane, doing what. Yeah, I watch a lot of gun videos on YouTube because I got really into guns. I think since the last time you saw me, and I own several of them now.
No, that's good.
And so yeah, we'll have to go to the range once all the bullshit clears up if you want to do shooting.
Yes, love to do that.
Yeah,
It's fun.
It's tremendous. But what was I going to say about YouTube? YouTube, I can get lost on it for a while. Just go down a rabbit hole. Sometimes,
Oh, yeah.
like I found so much music, new artists, stuff I've never even heard of, just by letting the autoplay thing go, which I'm sure you have too.
What a blessing.
It's great. I love it. You know, you'll play one song you want to hear, and all of a sudden some other shit plays. You're like, oh, I've never heard of these guys, and then you go down that rabbit hole. What do you think about the new? Because I mean, you kind of got that old school. You know, you're old school rock and roll, but you also, you know, I've heard you play a lot of, you know, modern stuff as well. And your style of guitar playing is a little bit, you know, in the middle, I would say. And maybe I'm out of line to say that, but what do you think about where rock and roll is now versus when you got into it?
What is it now from when I got into it? It went through some changes. First, they started cutting out the leads. Now the leads are coming back, so now it's cool. It's just different. Different sounds, guitar-wise.
Sure.
Anyway, heavier sounds. Now it's probably getting more into computerized, which is fine. I mean,
Now, would you consider like hybrid theory, like Linkin Park, like that first? Is that rock and roll, or it was like?
it's all rock and roll, man.
Yeah.
It's just different. I mean, it's evolving.
Yeah,
It has to though, right?
it's like all music.
yeah.
Well, everybody's always making something new.
Yeah.
It's
So
and
it's
it's all
like-
been done before at some point or
Oh,
another.
it's all the notes have been played before.
Yeah.
Any
They've
all been played before.
combination,
The melodies.
all that.
Melodies,
It's
chord
just-
progressions.
Yeah,
It's
nothing's
just
original.
sound. You know, if you want to come up with something different, you got to come up with a different sound.
Yeah. Well, and that's one thing. When we were doing our little side project, Whiskey Soaked, which I don't know if we ever, you know, officially named it that, but we kind of joked about that being the name. Just doing different shit, you know, and trying different genres and stuff. That's one thing that I always thought was cool is you're not afraid to, you know, you're not stuck in one lane. Like, it has to sound like this way. You were down for some hillbilly shit.
Oh, I love hillbilly shit. I still love hillbilly shit.
Yeah, hillbilly shit's great, especially when you can translate it to a rock and roll sound too.
Oh, yeah.
Like that what do they call it?
Banjo.
Well, the banjo is great, and I would love to learn how to play one. I never have.
You would look right playing a banjo.
You think?
I feel like that would look better in your hands than a guitar.
I don't know if I would agree with that, but a banjo would be cool to play. I would like, and that's why I love bluegrass music.
Oh, I did take that song and I put it down on some tracks.
Which one?
What was that song we were just talking about? See what the weed is killing me. The weed is killing me. That hillbilly song that we did.
The hillbilly song that we did. I forget what we named it. I can't remember either, Mike.
Yeah, but you just said it.
I did?
Yeah.
A whiskey, drowning in whiskey.
Yeah.
Whiskey Soaked?
Yeah.
Whiskey soaked.
Was that the name of the song?
Yeah. Or I thought it was Swamp Ass.
Oh, maybe it was Swamp Ass. I don't know what it was called, but it was
Swamp
cool.
Ass, but I redid that and I did the chicken picking in there and then I put some heavy guitars over it.
And you got it. You got it recorded?
Oh yeah.
I want to hear it.
Yeah, I'll let you hear it.
So it was that. Okay, it was that drop D like hillbilly riff that we
Yeah.
did. I remember that one now. Man, I thought that thing was a goner. You kept ripping with it, huh?
Oh yeah, no, that's.
I wanna
that's-
hear it.
that's- Oh yeah,
Do you
you're
have
gonna, you'll like
do you
it.
have the audio with you?
No, I don't have that particular audio with me.
You have to send it to
That'd be
me
fun to
another day. That's cool, man. That's cool. You kept ripping with that. But yeah, going back to what I was saying is it's important, I think, as you would agree as a musician, to diversify not only the genres that you try to play, just surround yourself with different types of musicians, different influences and different sounds. Even if you don't necessarily want to listen to that type of music in your free time, you learn so much from it. I mean, I came in as a hillbilly, you know, country guy and playing with you guys, and what I learned, you know, from the rock and roll side and timing and structure and, you know, 4/4/4 counts, all that kind of stuff. I learned a lot.
Yeah, that's why I don't have no genre. I mean, I'll play country, I'll play disco. Shit, I don't care.
Disco, baby.
Disco's awesome,
You think?
dude. The whole disco, Motown, like
I like
all
Motown.
that stuff, like
Some funk.
my
yeah,
goodness.
I'll get
Like
on that.
I don't care what time of the day you put it on, even though I don't listen to it every day. Like if somebody were to just play one of those good old classic jams, like you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm feeling this. You might have to get up out of your seat and do a little like dance move or something.
That's the beauty of music, man. When it makes you move, you feel it in your soul, connect to it like a story. Have you guys listened to any Leon Bridges?
I've
Yes.
never even heard of him. Is he badass or what?
You heard him, Art?
Yeah, he's a real good vocalist.
He's bringing back, I'd say bring it back. He's been in the game for a little while now, but every time I listen to his music, it really sounds like that throwback, almost not even, I mean, it's like analog sound, but it's got that Motown original feel to it. The instruments, the vocals, everything about it is so old school. And that's what's cool. Is a lot of things I feel are coming full circle. I'm starting to hear a lot of like 80s style guitar playing coming back. Some, that style of V-neck guitars and the long hair, the epic solos, shit that I feel like the 90s and early 2000s got a little bit away from, which I don't know if you would agree with or not.
90s would really just the no solos.
Weren't a fan of the 90s rock?
I was like, hell no, I'm doing solos. That's why I'm going to write my own music.
So were you not into the grunge scene, would you say, when the
Oh,
grunge
no,
hit?
I don't.
I mean, because I know you're an Eddie Vedder fan.
Huh?
You love Eddie Vedder,
yes,
right?
Yes, Eddie Vedder was badass. And the music was cool. But they still had solos. Mm-hmm. Eddie Vedder
That's true.
And Alice in Chains, they were kick-ass. Mm-hmm. Kick-ass solos. But like even Nirvana had a couple solos. I mean, but it's just some of the what's the genre of that music? It was like real heavy. It was a heavy music, and I can't think of any kind of names. But they were like, let's say like Godsmack.
Yeah,
they were just plays no solo. Just
in
I guess it's fine. I mean,
I'm definitely a Godsmack fan. They're from my neck of the woods,
Oh
Boston.
no, they were still kick ass, and then
Yeah.
a couple albums they come out with some solos, and
Sure.
I said, okay, these guys can play.
I like their acoustic stuff, honestly. Sully Erna, his acoustics, tour, and the what was the name of that record he put out? Hometown Life.
Hometown Life.
It was one of his newer solo acoustic records. For me, I love acoustic rock. That's probably, other than country music, is my favorite genre. Unplugged or acoustic rock and roll. I just love the sound of taking an aggressive hard metal, like the Unplugged series that Alice in Chains did and Nirvana did. That shit is awesome. I love it. You can hear every note. You hear the tone of the guitar. You take that distortion away. You can really hear the value of the progression. That's my opinion.
I mean, it's nice to get like a different take on it, and like, because you're so used to hearing stuff a certain way, and it is nice to have those artists kind of come in and do the same thing differently, especially for someone who really appreciates that music or like that song a lot. Like, maybe it gives it a whole new energy, because that's the thing, like with guitar solos and shit too. It's like that's like you take a badass pianist or whatever.
Badass pianist.
You take a
What
badass
the
pianist
hell?
and you play that shit like a skin flute. No, no, but like that, it's awesome because those solos. It's like singing. It's like it's like screaming emotion through notes, and
That's basically what it is.
It like drives emotion from people, and it might not even be the same emotion that you feel playing it. Like somebody might feel a different emotion hearing it. I just think it's cool, man. It's cool that creatures of this planet, that we have the capability to like do stuff like that, and I mean, other than birds, like what other animals are out there like dancing around to music and tunes and stuff?
I never thought of it that way, but I mean, guitar solos, they definitely, I mean, it's one of the climaxes of the song. I know you're going to agree with that, Mike, because I know once you kick that solo pedal and you're ready to rip. But with that being said, a great rhythm, and an aggressive, kind of hook, if you will, also can sell the song.
Yeah. But yeah.
It just depends.
Yeah, it all depends on.
Because you've written it all. I mean, you've played mellow shit. You've played the hard stuff. You've done the Mike Cole solos that we all know and love.
The Mike Cole solos.
Those badass rippers. But music, music theory, what is it really?
Oh,
It's so deep from
yeah, that's deep.
I mean,
classical to now. Like, there's so much to cover.
But as far as like writing a track, do you feel that there's a specific way, Mike, that when a song is written, what is the basic principle to writing a song, do you feel?
Nowadays, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus out.
Right. Verse, chorus, verse, bridge, verse 3, out.
Yeah.
That's typically, your standard thing. But music theory comes in and it's like, well, wait a second. And I never studied music theory. I never understood it. But anytime I talk to these guys because you studied a little bit of it, didn't you?
Yeah, it's interesting because what they talked about mainly was not, current music, but, where it all came from, like, your Bachs and Beethovens and all the symphony writers, because they were, truly doing a whole show just based on instruments. Like people weren't singing, but they would have, actors up on the stage. Like, so it's, there's a lot of different ways that you could progress and build. And it's interesting, just the variety. Like, even though it's all been done before, like that note's been played before, like, you could still put a little bit of a twist on it. But I think music theory is really just trying to understand that it doesn't need to be in a box. There's no box for a song. Like, it could really be whatever you want it to be. It could be 3 minutes. It could be a 20-minute long song. Like, it's really, a way to tell a story. I think that's kind of what music theory goes into.
Yep. Radio, that's what caused the 3-minute songs.
Yeah.
Is that? Yeah, I guess because they wanted the radio edits.
Yeah.
Because they would take like a Stranglehold song from Ted Nugent, right? 7-8 minute song, and make it that 3 minute. They would cut out half of it to make it fit the radio time. That's true. I didn't think of that. So radio, that they say video killed the radio star, right?
Yeah.
radio cut into those long songs. I didn't think of it that way. For radio play, because they don't want it to be 10 minutes.
Yeah.
On the Sunday morning.
Once
top
in a
20.
while, if enough people, they'll play a 10-minute song.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard Ted Nugent on the radio back in the day.
Back in the day. But you're right. Now it's a little bit more scripted to where we want it to sound like this. Here, it's almost like a factory. You need to sound this way. And that's why I've always taken issue with some of these record labels.
Well, because you have like 5 big labels or something, right? Or like 6 big labels. I don't know how many, but there's not that many
That control the majority of the music scene. And their expectations are, okay, we need this much content. We want it to sound like this. Here's how long we want each track. We want about 12 to 15 tracks per record. It almost seems a little bit too micromanaged. And that takes away a little creativity from some of these great artists. Would you agree or disagree with that, Mike?
I'll probably agree. But I had a thought, but since I smoked too much weed, I just forgot about it.
When's the last time you smoked weed, man?
Actually,
Did you smoke today?
No, not today. I'm waiting till after the show.
Let's wait until after the show.
Dude, maybe if you would, maybe Marley would have guided you through this conversation. No, okay. So, like, some days most days I'll wake up and have a toke, and like,
really,
and that's how I'll start my day.
I can't do that. It'll make me sick.
I wake up, have a toke, brush my teeth, make my coffee, sit down, and get to work. And some days I won't toke in the morning, and the days that I don't toke, I feel more distracted. I feel more overwhelmed. And dude, I honestly feel like I perform better. Like, I'm not getting blitzed, but
right.
I'm just having, a little serenation in the morning.
But that almost sounds like how an addict would describe their alcoholism, right? They're like, oh, if I just have a drink in the morning, right? That just to take that edge off, I'll be able to perform.
Yeah.
Not saying marijuana is addictive. That's not what I'm saying.
Well, no, I'm definitely not. I'm a
it's
marijuana enthusiast. And I do it.
Your routine.
So yeah,
I usually do. Even when I drank, I would always wait till I'm off work, and I ain't got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Well, practice.
Right.
Practice, definitely. So I still do the same thing with weed. If now, I'm at home, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, once you're home for the day.
Yeah.
And I'm the same. I've always been the same way. It's like get your work done first and then, enjoy your time. But yeah, I can't start the day usually unless I'm off. If I'm doing camping or if I'm at a NASCAR race, then I can probably party it up a little bit when I wake up. But I don't typically do well in the morning.
Yeah, morning. I think when I was
sick.
younger, I tried that doing it in the morning, and it was like, oh, I'm going back to bed.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm just an overanalyzer, overthinker. And for all you thinkers out there and analyzers, I do got a word of the week.
Oh, word of the week.
Yeah, word of the week. So
you guys know the word of the week segment. Be sure to send us in your suggestions weekly to our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, discussioncombustion@gmail.com. A lot of different ways you can reach us. Discussioncombustion.com. Sign up over there, join the discussion, and send us in words of the week. And this word of the week is
word of the week is vagabond. Vagabond.
Vagabond. I
Vagabond.
heard it before.
And in a sentence, and I came up with the sentence myself. I didn't, search it.
Okay.
So the once successful individual became a vagabond.
Any shots at what it is, Mike?
I have no idea.
I'll be honest. I already know what the answer is,
So, yes, so you got to take at least one stab at it.
but I only know the answer because I looked at definition up.
Probably need another sentence.
Okay.
Let me see if I can come up with a sentence.
Okay, yeah.
My friend Earl, I'm on the spot here. My friend Earl, he's kind of a couch surfer. He decided he's just going to go out and be a vagabond.
Lazy.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Well, so what the definition of vagabond is a person who wanders place to place without a job or a home.
Like a drifter.
Oh, a vagabond.
Yeah. That's a new term. I just recently, I think we both just recently learned that term. Vagabond. So like a drifter, or what's another word for them?
It's not gypsy, because gypsies are actually selling stuff. and doing
Gypsies.
work, right?
Well, gypsies also are kind of on that category, I feel like.
But they have a traveling home.
What's the word for, like, we see this a lot in Denver here in Boulder. The, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's like I don't want to call it wrong because I don't want people to get offended. But like the hippies that live
Hipsters?
out. No.
Hey, man.
Hey, man. No, like the hippies that live outdoors but are homeless. I think they're called wooks.
Wook?
Is it a wook? I'm sorry if I
I've
offended
never-
anybody. I'm not trying to do
I don't
that.
know what a wook is.
Because I vote no on offending people, but I'm saying that I think it's like the hippies that are outdoors.
Huh.
That live outdoors. That are also kind of in that vagabond category. So
Yeah, so I met these people from San Francisco, and what you just said reminded me of this story. And they're saying that, like, there's a whole class of homeless people that have extremely wealthy parents and, like, could be set, but they're rebelling and being homeless to, like, piss off their parents. And there's, like, a ton of them. So it's like a really snooty homeless population in some part in San Francisco. Like, some people were telling me about this. Like, it's like, you have your actual homeless, and then you have, like, these people that are choosing to have that lifestyle.
I don't
Is
think
that what you mean by the hippie homeless?
No, I don't think so. I don't even know what I'm talking about really when I say that. I've heard that term before, with the hippies that I don't know if they choose to be homeless so much. It's just they end up in that situation. They kind of build like a relationship with the other guys that are out there and gals, and they just kind of get through it together. There is a word for it. Vagabond reminded me of it, but I wouldn't really take anything I say too literally. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about half the time.
Yeah, I guess.
Neither me, man. I'm in it for the smiles and the glide.
That's what it is, man.
Smiles and the glide.
Yeah, I mean, you got to find some entertainment in this world, and we got sports going on and stuff. We got football back. Are you
The Broncos have been losing.
are you doing sports, Mike, or are you
I
anti-sports?
do watch. Oh, I'm not anti-sports. I love the Broncos, but yeah, they're just going through a lot of energy.
How long is Locke gonna be out
injuries?
for?
Huh?
Yeah. How long is Locke going to be
Drew
out
Lock,
for?
I think, is out 3 to 6.
3 to 5.
3 to 5. I did see you guys sign Blake Bortles today, or this week, in the last couple of days. Blake Bortles. He was the quarterback for Jacksonville for a little bit. He went to the FC title game against the Patriots a couple years ago. So you guys signed him. I don't know if he's supposed to replace Drew Lock. I don't know how that's going to work.
No. He's just
Or at least filling in through the injury period.
yeah. I believe so.
So
I don't
0-2
think he's
start
gonna-
for the Denver
he's not
Broncos.
going to replace Locke.
Lock's a badass.
Yeah.
He's a badass. They just got to protect him. He's going to have to probably learn how to fall in those situations. I didn't see the play. I just heard about it. Someone described how his shoulder landed and it didn't look good.
Yeah, it didn't look good. But
Probably could have been worse. But to get hurt in the second game of the season. Now, granted, we didn't have a lot of preseason.
no, they
We
had
didn't have any, did we?
They had a lot of injuries. I'm just chalking this season up.
You think it's a throwaway?
Yeah, it's done. I mean, they just want to see what Locke can do this year.
Building year.
Yeah.
Well,
So
you guys got Tampa Bay this Sunday. Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be here in Denver. And honestly, this will be the first time I say I hope Denver wins against Tom Brady. It'll be the first time you hear me say that.
but it probably not.
You don't think?
I
hope
think
so.
I think Broncos are going to lose.
Jeez.
So
Well,
what's-
we got Vaughn out too.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you
Von's
got
hurt.
everybody out. Everybody's out.
Well, I think that Denver's coaching issues has become a problem, and Elway's not going to stand for it much longer, I wouldn't think.
Well, is Elway the issue though? Because I've been hearing.
No,
that
I'm
for
not saying
years.
Elway's the issue. I'm just saying I don't think he's going to stand for, Fangio much longer if he's going to put you guys in situations where you have 2 timeouts left, and you allow Tennessee to go down and kick the winning field goal with 2 timeouts left on the clock there. I didn't see that game. It was late. But, football, it's 5,700 fans I think they're allowing.
Well, I don't know, but I know they got to be pumping fan noise into those stands, right?
Oh, that's
Yeah, they
exactly
are.
what they're
Like,
doing.
so they're actually like doing electronic boos to
Yes.
people.
No, I didn't hear no boos, but
Like I thought
just heard,
the Eagles quarterback got booed like at one of the state like last week or the week before, and it's, would that even affect you as a person? Because it's not.
You're already used to hearing it in real life. Why would it affect you on, a program
It's kind of
sound?
silly. Or do you think they just put that through the broadcast and it's not actually in the stands?
See, that's a question that would be
I
worth
think
asking.
they're doing it in the in the
In the arena.
stadium.
Okay.
Yep. And I was talking to my buddy in New Hampshire, and he brought up a point that I found interesting. He said, have you been watching some of these plays where if you watch the cleats, let's say it's a 2nd and 3 situation, they run the ball, it's grass, right? Or AstroTurf in a lot of situations. If you watch their cleats in the next game, watch some of these plays, the amount of dirt that's kicking off some of these guys' cleats on some of these plays when they're just running and doing things, it almost looks like it's CGI. It doesn't. It's like, where's this dirt coming from? They're running on grass.
It's probably always been there, and like the cameras are just better now.
You think?
I mean, the grass has to grow from something, and
Yeah, but there's a lot of states of AstroTurf.
They have black rubber that gets kicked up, and you have to re-level the rubber in there. Like it's like 3 feet deep of like rubber.
Is it that much?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like that.
On AstroTurf?
Yeah, I'm like a professional field. Like I'm pretty sure it's like deep.
Wow, I didn't know that. I don't know a lot about
Now I
fake
feel
grass.
like I got to fact check myself, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. It was just an interesting observation he made. He's like, doesn't it seem a little weird? You see all this like dust flying off, and it's like it doesn't seem like it should be. And then I watched the next play, and I was like, yeah, I kind of see it. I don't see why they would need to add that. They can do cool shit with like throwing the first down line, on CGI. You see where that yellow line is for the first down conversion, or the red line for field goal.
No one's gonna waste time and put CGI.
First of all, I wouldn't say they wouldn't do it.
kick Dustin. I mean, if you're making a YouTube channel and you like want to have a parody something, then maybe you'd spend the time like kicking the dust. But on a live feed, how are you gonna do that?
I don't know how they do it on live feed, Arthur. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's actual rubber or dirt.
Rubber or dirt? Mm-hmm. All right, well, that answers that, Josh.
AstroTurf is rubber, and then the actual field is the dirt.
Well,
Has to be.
yeah, it probably does. I haven't really paid it. It was just brought to my attention. But with sports this year, I don't even know what's going on with did the Nuggets get eliminated? What's going on over there?
Oh no, I think they won.
Did they win?
Yeah.
Wait, are they down 3 again, or are they down 2?
I wasn't paying much attention, but I know they won last night.
They did.
I believe. Yeah.
Badass.
Who are they playing? Is it the Lakers?
Lakers.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
Lakers. Because I know they knocked the Clippers off. That was the last I knew from the Nuggets. But I don't pay much attention to basketball. Sports, it's just been weird because we don't usually watch, postseason basketball, hockey, at this time of the year. Baseball's getting ready to go into their postseason. It's just been different, man. NASCAR has pretty much been running. They're doing their thing. A couple fans here and
Are you
there.
doing fantasy?
Oh, yeah, doing fantasy, doing real well.
Do they have people in their stands?
Some of them. Some stadiums, like we just did Bristol Motor Speedway Saturday night, they had 30,000 people there. But
Damn,
the
how
place
come-
holds 150,000. So it looked, honestly, more packed than it sometimes does in the past because Bristol hasn't been selling out. So people are just eager to get out.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Oh yeah, everybody's eager to get out.
Can't buy anything right now. I tried to go find like a standing bike pump because I have like this little tiny one that connects to my bike that's like dinky.
So sold out.
Yeah, you can't buy a bike pump. You can't buy stuff right now for any like outdoor activities.
People are bored. They need shit to do.
What I do really want to buy is like maybe finance it, maybe like a 10 to 15 grand little deck boat, like something that is like used. It's not a pontoon. It's not that big, but like, it has seats in the front, the driver's seat, a seat next to that, and a couple seats over here. And then behind that, like a tiny little area where like somebody could lay out, but like just a little deck boat or something like that I could haul with Mary the Mountaineer. And, dude, that'd be so fun, man. Just
That'd be
go
great.
to Cherry Creek and just be like, dude, I know this is a reservoir and it's not a lake, And
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
but we're just gonna go hang out in the middle of it. You know,
Yeah, that's always good.
It's fun. It's close. Something to do.
so that's like a little goal of mine is to finance a boat.
I like boats. I grew up on Lake Winnipesaukee in Wolfboro, New Hampshire. Beautiful lake, and spoiled. I've said it many times. The reservoirs and stuff I hear don't excite me a whole lot. You know, as far as putting a motor on it. Mm-hmm. But do what you gotta do. A lot of people go to Lake McConaughey. That's another big spot that people like to go to. I've been to Lake Guernsey in Wyoming. I've done that. So, I mean, it's not a bad investment. You know,
I mean, it'd be fun. And then like you get off work and you'd be like, hey, let's just go to the lake. Mm-hmm. And then you just go hang out until the sun goes down, just chill. And that sounds like a nice little way to disconnect. You know, you just get out there. No one can really bother you. You act like your cell phone doesn't work.
What do you do to disconnect, Mike? What's your favorite, other than playing that guitar? What else are you doing?
That's that or messing in the studio.
So it's all about that music, that hustle.
Oh yeah, that's the only thing. Yeah, keeps my mind off of drinking, and I think that's hard for some people if it's very hard for them to quit drinking is because they're bored, and then what do? You know, so you got to find something to
put that energy towards.
Yeah,
and that's what's tough too. I feel like because you've been doing this so long and you've been doing it so long, playing all these shows, writing music, doing band practice. Alcohol's always been there. So to now remove that, like for me, Sober October is like I just have to make it through 1 month or whatever. But that's going to be interesting. I'll keep track of your progress with that and how you're feeling. Because you said you haven't played a live show yet sober. You've never done a live show sober in your career.
Nope.
But you've been doing practice though now.
Oh yeah,
sober,
I practice, and yeah, it seems fine. I'm not freaking out about it.
So I don't know if we asked you this last time, but if you could give humanity a piece of advice to help humanity grow and become better, well, what would it be?
Give humanity advice. There's so much you can give advice, but just relax, man. Everything's cool. Everything's going to be fine. It's going to be fine, boy, just fine.
That's the Mike advice that I always remember hearing. It'll be fine, boy, just fine.
Just fine.
It's like Bob Marley said,
Don't get all worked up.
Yeah.
Three little birds.
There's no need to.
Everything will be all right. Yeah, people are so worked up right now. There's so much aggression and hostility, and people are mad and want to point fingers, and any little thing will set anybody off at this point, I feel like. Mm-hmm. People are just so upset. And we say it all the time. They've just gotten disconnected. I think social media is a huge problem with it. It gives people another outlet to get angry at each other and call each other names and try and disprove each other. When the reality is,
just relax.
That is solid advice though, man. Because like I've mentioned a bunch of times, I'm an overthinker. Like I overanalyze. I like lay in bed for like at least 30 minutes, rethinking the whole day and shit before I go to sleep. And like sometimes just to have faith that like it's gonna be all right, or just like or I'll like tell myself I'm cool, calm, collect, kind of relax myself. That's almost invaluable, because if you could take your stress level from up here and bring it down here just by like reminding yourself.
Yeah, it's what? It's gonna be cool. That's all you got to say to yourself. Something will come up. We got this.
Hell yeah.
That's something you've always been good at doing, I feel like, man. I've known you for 10 years now. Every situation, I've watched you play in bands. I've seen the aggression and the fights that happen in bands. You've seen some of the shit I've been through. And I will say, out of any musician I've ever been around, or even person for that matter, you always manage to keep your cool. You always have that cool, calm, collected mindset, even when you might want to get upset. And that's hard to find, man, because I deal with anger problems and short temper and irritability and shit like that. And I see, you're put forth a situation like, fuck, what's going on here? And you're just like, man, it's going to be fun. That's hard to do. That's something I'm not good at doing.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know. I've always been that way. I know tomorrow's going to be better.
Turn the page.
Yep.
It's really all we can do, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's really
something always comes up.
Something's going to come up. There's always going to be an obstacle to overcome. It's just how we tackle those things.
You got to take the L to get the W.
You got to take the L to get the W. Mm-hmm. It's a part of life. You got to roll with the punches.
You got to hashtag own it.
You have to own it. You got to let it rip, tater, chip. You got to do your part, And sometimes doing your part is getting a little bit upset about something, is sharing your feelings with others. you know. And that's something I've tried to get better at, Mike. It's something I've been working on for many years now. You know, is just trying to get better at not overreacting to situations and letting my bad mood roll off a little bit.
Yeah. Well, from being in bands most of my life, is you get to people are people, and some just fly off the handle, and for you to get mad at someone flying off the handle, that's just, you know, they don't know.
You're reacting to their action.
Yeah. And if you just say, well, you know, like if you were just like flying off the handle for something, I'll just say, dude, come on. It's all good. I'm not going to come back being an asshole. you know?
Right.
And usually that diffuses the situation.
It does. Yeah, it truly does when you meet with that reaction, because you've probably seen me get fired up through the years, and you're like, you're like, dude, it ain't worth it. Just let it go.
I've seen everybody, but Jamie, oh Lord.
Yeah. And that's part of being in a band. You're right. Is being, and those experiences, though, I think teach you something about people and how to react in those scenarios.
Yeah.
And deal with aggressive people, you know.
You know, like who? Let's see. When I was in with Death and Taxes, a certain person would just fly off the handle because something's not going right, and I'll just keep telling them, "Hey, dude, just get through it. It'll be fine. It's not a big deal. You know, we're gonna get through it. It's only 45 minutes set. Come on."
Sure. Head down, elbows up. Let's get it.
Oh, we're going on late. Oh, dude. I'm so what?
Yeah.
Still going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's you know, it's a tough mentality to take on, Mike, and you've done good with that, especially, you know, doing performances and stuff, because it's a lot of passion involved with music. You're performing, you're showcasing what you put so much time, effort, blood, sweat, and tears into. I can understand why. I mean, I've experienced it. Why you get upset? There's disagreements. Oh, you fucked that riff up, or this or that. You know, you play it this way. We should play it that way. There's a lot of give and take. I would say that being in a band, and you probably agree with me on this, and you've been in bands 40 times longer than I have, is almost as difficult or worse than being in a relationship with a woman.
It's about the same, but you both 5 times more.
Yeah.
You got to deal with 5.
You're dealing with
4 other people.
That's where it gets wild. It's not just one person that you're trying to, you know, connect with. Everybody's got an opinion, and that's almost therapy in itself. Is learning how to, you know, get along with your bandmates, writing material, performing it together. You have to have that brotherhood, that connection.
Yeah.
That's probably why it's hard to get a good band together, is because
that's why some of them break up.
4 different people that all see eye to eye for the most part.
Yeah.
Right.
It can't be easy.
I don't
No,
think
it's not.
Yeah.
It's hard to get, especially everybody has different schedules, and trying to work out a schedule, and you know, it's rough.
Oh yeah.
Expect the unexpected.
We hope that everything sticks for you though coming up here, as far as, you know, Sideffect's upcoming gigs.
I hope it does
Because
too.
we know you got a couple coming up, man, and I mean, I'd be excited to go out and you know, get us, me and Kevin, DCPC passes.
Oh yeah, we'll come down, man.
You know?
Oh yeah.
October 30th. What's going on with that?
I'm not sure.
The venue?
I think it's Bullet Boys we're opening up for.
Okay, at the venue.
Yes.
And that's still is it up in the air? I mean, is there still a chance that the show's not going to happen, or is it?
It could be a chance,
Okay,
but it looks more like it's going to happen.
good. We need it. We need entertainment right now more than
Yes.
ever. We need to get people back out there safely,
yeah.
doing social distancing, mask, whatever we got to do to make this shit work again. Let's do it. So so October 30th, you're going to be playing the venue, and then you guys also have a show coming December 11th. I saw at Buffalo Rose.
Yes.
Okay, so those 2 are on the books for now.
Yes.
We'll put them in the show notes below if you guys are in the Denver area and want to check out some good rock and roll. I think Art and I should go, you know, wander out there and.
Yes, you guys better
look.
come out there.
Yeah, we should, man. That sounds like a lot of fun for sure. I'm excited to see. I haven't seen a live concert in over a year.
Wow.
It has been
Over a year. I had some planned, and then we all know what happened. It's been part of this year. But Mike, I love you, man. Thanks for coming down and
All
chatting
right,
with us.
man. Love you guys too, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
Anytime. Bring me back.
We'll have you back. Maybe we get some Sideffect guys down here too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we can see the kind of interactions you have with the bandmates
Yes.
around the table. That could be kind of fun.
little backseat, backstage pass to the band drama or band or
Interactions.
Yeah, interactions, because it's not all drama all the time.
It's not all drama all the time.
And you know, guys,
creativity.
believe and achieve your goals, and I'm gonna roll off of what Mike said here, but believe and achieve relaxation. You know, it is important. And one thing that really stood out to me, because I've been guilty of this myself, is I'll encounter an energy that is very abrasive or whatever, and then I'll like meet it with that same energy, and that doesn't do anything. It doesn't do any good for that. So just take a moment to try to, know who you are. Don't react to other people's actions. Like, be proactive about yourself. Believe and achieve relaxation.
Relaxation is something we could all use a little bit more of. I feel like everyone's on edge, even if they are working from home. They're in their comfort, their PJs, and this and that. Everyone needs to do a little relaxing, and that's something I've tried to work on, is doing relaxing and not getting angry like I was talking to you about, Mike, because you've seen me get fired up, man. Relaxing, that's something we got to do. And however you do that, that's great. We got Sober October coming, some adjustments with that. Following the fitness Arthur's maybe talking about.
Solo episode next week. We're gonna
run a solo.
Yeah, we're gonna do a solo next week unless something happens. But we're probably gonna put out a social media blast with what the Fall into Fitness challenge is, because I'm probably still gonna toke in the month of October and just give up drinking, and I don't feel like I could call it Sober October if I'm toking weed.
Fair enough.
So let's do a Fall into Fitness challenge, something like that. We're gonna hit you with it. Mike, it was a pleasure having you back in.
Thank you guys very much.
Good conversation with you, and we're excited to keep it coming. We do the CCQ here: consistency, content, and quality. People, that's the DCPC way. We love you.
I'm glad you believe in us, Art, with that CCQ. We're coming at you guys weekly. Next week's solo. We haven't run a solo in a long time, so that'll be a little bit different. I'm going to figure out how to run 3 cameras again. But I'll say this, Mike Cole, I love you, brother. I have so much respect for you. I love what you do. And thanks for being here.
Thank you very much, man.
Yeah, you betcha. Guys, you know the drill. You know where to find us. Stuff's down below.
Like and subscribe.
Thanks for supporting the show. Check out Sideffect for sure. Follow them on social. Follow Mike over on social. And, hey, man, we'll talk to you guys next week. Y'all be good to yourselves. You deserve it.